This is literally the single most requested video I get from creators every single week. People constantly assume you need a ridiculously expensive microphone and a PhD in audio software to sound decent on camera. That entire perception is a total myth because you can achieve broadcast-ready voiceovers with just a simple phone and a little bit of foundational know-how. I'm going to walk you through my exact step-by-step process for getting this right every time. We will cover what specific gear you actually need to bother with, which room tricks make the biggest difference, and how to speak so you never sound bored. Plus, I'll share a couple of crucial cleanup tips and a slick method to turn that long recording into short social clips without losing all your hard-earned momentum. First up, let's talk about the gear, because most new creators panic and buy a fancy mic before they even know how to use one. Seriously, do not panic. Your phone's built-in microphone is surprisingly good right out of the box. I personally started my entire channel recording just on my phone, and I didn't upgrade until I already had a sizable dedicated audience. If you are working on a tight budget right now, this is an absolutely perfectly fine and powerful starting point. If you can manage to spend just a little bit of money, I highly recommend getting an affordable lavalier or lapel microphone attachment. The Boya BY-M1 is a well-known, cheap option that genuinely gives you a noticeable boost in vocal clarity. It won't magically eliminate all your background noise, but it will make your voice sound significantly cleaner and much more focused than the phone alone. You should definitely use one if you want an easy, immediate upgrade to your sound quality. For recording applications, your phone's native voice recorder app will technically do the job, but I personally prefer RecForge II for Android for its simple file control and decent recording quality. iPhone users, however, can find more advanced control options using the built-in Voice Memos or a dedicated app like Ferrite. Okay, now for the environment, which is the single area where most people, even experienced ones, seriously mess up their audio. The two biggest enemies you face when recording are noise and echo. And while noise can sometimes be fixed later, echo is much harder to correct in post-production. Before you hit record, take a moment to shut all doors, close all windows, and turn off any appliance that produces an annoying hum. If you still hear the sound of traffic outside, try shifting your recording time to very late at night or early in the morning when the streets are naturally quiet. Never rely solely on editing to fix your audio problems, because it helps, but it is always better to capture truly clean audio from the very start. To actively reduce that harsh echo, your goal is to fill the space with soft, sound-absorbing materials. Curtains, rugs, cushions, even backpacks, whatever soft stuff you have lying around, will significantly help dampen those reflections. Here is a fantastic pro tip. Record inside a walk-in closet packed full of clothes. Just stuff your phone or lav mic somewhere in front of you, and I promise the echo will drop dramatically almost instantly. While professional sound blankets and acoustic panels are nice to have, they are completely optional for the vast majority of creators starting out. When you are finally ready to hit record, make sure you are standing up while you deliver your lines. Standing up naturally opens your chest cavity, which gives you much better breath control and overall vocal projection. Place your script somewhere you can glance at it easily, perhaps on a desk, a music stand, or even propped up on a shelf. If you are using the phone's internal mic, try to keep it positioned about 2 to 3 inches away from your mouth. Experimenting a little as small changes truly matter. Crucially, do not talk like you are trying to whisper a secret. Speak with slightly more energy than your normal casual conversation level. Think about how a teacher speaks when reading aloud in a classroom. Applying that slightly higher energy level records much better. Always record your narration in manageable chunks. Never try to do a full 15-minute script in one exhausting, continuous take. Break your script down by logical sections, like paragraphs or distinct ideas, and take short, intentional rests between each segment. Use those little breaks to sip some water and keep your voice feeling fresh and ready for the next take. Recording in these smaller pieces makes the final editing process significantly simpler and helps prevent painful vocal fatigue. Now, let's move on to vocal technique, which is the skill that actually keeps people glued to your video until the very end. Achieving clean audio gets you in the door, but sounding genuinely interesting is a totally separate, vital skill for creators. This often overlooked element is the missing 50% of the equation for why many videos end up falling flat. There are fundamentally 4 basic vocal elements that you absolutely must get right for an engaging delivery. Number 1 is pronunciation. You must say your words clearly and distinctly, so the listener can easily understand every single thing you say. Diction truly matters far more than trying to achieve some kind of overly fancy or unnatural tone of voice. Next up is pacing. You should neither rush through your sentences nor drag them out. Aim for a natural conversational tempo. Your pace should be fast enough to maintain momentum, but slow enough to ensure complete comprehension of complex ideas. Remember to consciously vary your speed depending on whether you are explaining a difficult concept or landing a very important punchline. The third point is emphasis, because not every single word in a sentence should receive equal vocal weight. You need to actively highlight the most important words to subtly guide your listener exactly where you want them to focus their attention. For instance, emphasizing specific words like "don't need" and "start growing" fundamentally changes how the entire sentence lands on the audience. Finally, and perhaps most critically, you must actively avoid sounding completely monotone throughout your entire recording. Boring voices are the fastest way to absolutely kill viewer retention, so change your pitch, volume, and rhythm often. Use micro pauses strategically, and make sure you always act like you are talking directly to a close friend, because ultimately, you are. Listen very carefully to successful creators you admire, and try copying small delivery patterns that you notice, like where they naturally breathe or slow down. Don't copy their content, but meticulously copy their cadence, their emphasis points, and their overall pacing structure. If practicing these vocal adjustments feels awkward at first, just mimic the delivery of creators you already respect. It is the fastest way to level up your speaking. All right, assuming you've recorded your take and you absolutely nailed the delivery, there's always a little bit of necessary cleanup work. If you still have some persistent background noise, tools like Adobe Podcast do an absolutely excellent job of cleaning audio automatically. Just upload and let the AI run. That service is super simple to use, but it is yet another subscription you'll need to factor into your monthly budget. For those who prefer editing directly on mobile, Lexis Audio Editor is a popular, powerful choice that offers noise reduction and equalizer controls. In Lexis, you can apply noise reduction, but be careful with the threshold setting, as too high will make your voice sound oddly hollow. Next, you can tweak the equalizer by boosting the highs for better clarity and gently lifting the mids for vocal presence. Use the preamplifier or normalization feature to even out your overall volume levels, but absolutely avoid overloudening because digital clipping sounds terrible. However, here is the massive game-changing shift that most creators completely miss in their workflow. Mastering audio editing is valuable, but actual video editing and effective content repurposing are where you see exponential growth. Imagine you outspent an hour recording one fantastic, detailed, long-form walkthrough. What if that could instantly become 5 separate short clips ready for TikTok or Shorts? That is precisely the kind of time-saving magic that tools like Vizard are designed to deliver, which is why I mention it here in an educational context. Vizard isn't just another video editor. It intelligently finds the truly high-impact, viral moments within your long videos and converts them automatically. You will eliminate the frustrating hunt through the timeline for those best 30-second snippets because the system delivers clips optimized for immediate virality. It also includes an auto-schedule feature. Simply tell it how often you want to post, and it queues and publishes the content across your various social platforms for you. Furthermore, it offers a unified content calendar, allowing you to manage, tweak, and schedule everything from one central, organized location. For any creator juggling high-volume content production with the demands of running a business, this feature alone is an absolute game-changer. When you compare this automation to using OBS, Premiere Pro, or any manual editing workflow, the time savings become massive. Those traditional editors are powerful, yes, but they are incredibly time-consuming and usually require you to already know which specific parts will perform well. Other automated tools might create clips, but often miss the essential context, or they might charge you per export, or they usually lack any scheduling functionality. Vizard strikes a fantastic sweet spot right between deep automation and practical necessary creative control for the user. It is not the perfect solution for every single niche, but for those creating long-form content who need efficient repurposing, it acts as a huge efficiency multiplier. Here is the natural workflow that I personally recommend to keep your content flywheel spinning consistently. First, record your energetic voiceover using your phone or that cheap lavalier mic in a treated space. Second, clean up the audio quickly using a dedicated app or the one-click noise removal feature in Adobe Podcast. Third, upload your finalized long video file to the auto editor to instantly slice it into viral-sized clips. Finally, let the tool auto-schedule a consistent posting plan across all your preferred social media channels. This strategy allows you to maintain a highly consistent content output without spending your entire weekend trapped inside Premiere Pro. Before you even hit that record button, here is a final, practical checklist summarizing the absolute essentials. Always close all windows, doors, and fans, and make sure you record when your entire house is as quiet as possible. Soften your recording space with any fabric you have, or simply use that packed closet trick to successfully kill echo. Stand up straight, keep your phone or mic 2 to 3 inches from your mouth, and speak with a noticeable step up in energy and projection. Break your script into smaller parts, deliver them, and take those short, hydrating rests between each individual segment. Focus intently on clear pronunciation, consistent pacing, thoughtful emphasis, and always consciously avoiding a monotone delivery. Use simple, fast mobile applications to remove any residual noise and apply only light equalization adjustments. Do not overprocess your file. Finally, upload your completed long video to an advanced auto editor like Vizard to turn it into all those short, post-ready clips and let it handle the scheduling. If you diligently practice these proven techniques for just a few content sessions, your audio quality will instantly sound professional before you even touch an editor. And here is the true, tangible win. When you combine excellent recording technique with an editor that repurposes content automatically, you stop making one video. Instead, you are actively building a consistent, high-output content machine that works for you every single day. If you are hungry for a deeper dive into my specific editing walkthrough, showing exactly how I EQ my voice or where I make crucial breath cuts, check out my dedicated editing playlist. But for right now, your immediate call to action is simple. Go record just one short script on your phone today. Clean it up quickly, upload it to Vizard or whatever trusted auto editor you use, and then watch how much more content you can produce with the exact same amount of effort. Keep practicing these fundamentals, and I will absolutely see you all in the very next video. Goodbye for now.